Hello guys, on another edition of our class. This is a basic sleeve pattern. Like I stated there, the parts you need to be measuring for this class are your first round band. I know I've explained what this first round band means, so I don't think there will be any more confusion. Our first round band, your second round band, then the sleeve length, the length of the sleeve. So these are the three measurements you need. These are the three measurements you need for this class. So we'll be working with the first round band of 19.5, a second round band of 13 inches, and a sleeve length of 8 inches for reference purpose. Now pay attention clearly while I do this. This is very simple. So this is my pattern paper. It can also be your fabric. So this is my pattern paper. The first thing I need to do is to divide my round sleeve, my first round band, that's my armhole measurement. We have to divide this, divide it by 2. Anything that has to do with your sleeve and your shoulder, they are divided by 2, while your body is divided by 4. So we divide this by 2. 19.5 divided by 2 would give us 9.6 or 7 approximately. So we will still divide our second round band 13. 13 divided by 2 is 6.5. We are not dividing our sleeve length. We are not dividing it. So what we are dividing are our vertical measurements. Our vertical measurements, that's circumference, the round sleeve, the round armpit. These are what we are dividing. We need to divide them because someone will be asking me, why are we dividing? We need to divide it because you fold your material into 2. As you can see, even if this is material, you will have to fold it into 2. So when you fold it into 2, you have literally divided that pattern into 2. So you need to do your divisions into 2. Do you understand? Then if it's on body form, you divide by 4 because your clothes has front and back. You understand? If this is the front divided by 2, you also have the back, so it's by 4. Division on your body is by 4, while your sleeve and your shoulder is by 2. So I hope you understand that. Now let's dive into our tutorial for the day. As we have divided our first round band by 2 and we are having 9.6, let's mark it out. We are going to be marking out 9.6 like this. Now we are going to be marking out 9.6. I don't know if you can see me. Yes, this is my 9.6. So I'm going to take it down here, 9.6, and I'm going to also bring it here because I'll be ruling out a straight line to meet with the other lines. So I'll connect it like this. This is the round, my round armhole divided by 2. We have not added allowance, but just chill pill, we are coming there. So this is it, my first round band divided by 2. This is what we got. So the next thing to do is to get your sleeve length. Now we are making use of a sleeve length of 8 inches. You can use 6, you can use 7, you can use 9, you can use 10 on your preference, but for the sake of this class, I'll be using 8 inches. So I'll be measuring 8 inches from here sorry, we were supposed to have a starting line here. We were supposed to have a starting line. So these are our starting line. So from that starting line, we mark out our 8 inches. You can see my 8 inches here. I'm going to take it all through so I can root a straight line for you to see it properly. Can you see? So from here to here is my sleeve length, and from here to here is my first armhole circumference divided by 2. So now we are going to start adding our allowances. Now at the hemline, this your sleeve, you might be folding it, you might be using lining to turn it up, so we need an allowance. I'll be adding an allowance of 2 inches. I love putting about 2 inches allowance to be on a safer side, and since this is a beginner's class, you need enough allowance just to be on a safe side. So this is our allowance for this hemming and folding of this sleeve. So this is allowance. Let me label it hemming allowance. This is your starting line. So the next thing we are going to do after getting our hemming allowance is to come down at this part, not the closed part, the open part of your paper, your pattern paper or your fabric, the open part, not the closed part. Please don't do this at this closed part, do it at this open part. You place your tape just like as I'm doing it here. From that starting line, you mark 3 inches down. Can you see what I'm doing? 3 inches down. 3 inches down. Then at the middle of this folding, just watch what I'm doing and just do same. This is the middle point. You get it? You've come down by 3 inches here. So over here too, you come down by 2 inches. So you need to get this midpoint here. You come down by 2 inches. Now you are going to connect. This is the part where you need your curve ruler. But if you don't have your curve ruler, we are going to do it with a free hand. For a lot of us that don't have the curve ruler, we can use a free hand. So on a free hand, this is how it will go. You connect to that 2 inches you came down to, then you take it to the 3 inches. This is your armhole shape. This is how we connect it. Do you understand? We'll be needing allowance because even if you're joining it with a lining or you're not joining it, so on the dress form you have an allowance, so you'll be needing an allowance to correspond the one on your dress. So we'll be adding 2 inches allowance by the side here for this armhole. So we'll extend it to that 2 inches. Now over here is the second round band measurement. This is where you do your second round band measurement. So our second round band is 13 divided by 2 is 6.5. So we are going to be marking 6.5. 6.5 here plus our 2 inches, our regular 2 inches allowance. Or I can just make it 2.5. I will make it 2.5. Okay, so you can see this is second round band divided by 2, 6.5 plus my 2.5 allowance. So I will be taking this line, this measurement down. I'll be taking it down, then I'll connect to my armhole like this. connect to my, I don't have the other ruler, the other kind of ruler. So let me keep it like this. This is how I'll be connecting it. I'm just looking for a perfect way that it will blend with my measurements. So I think I will do it like this. So this is it. I hope you understand. We added extra allowances. We added allowance to the armhole. We added allowance to the second round band. So that's why it's this big. And we also added allowance to the hemming line. Whether you're folding it, whether you're going to fold your sleeve like this, or you'll be using a lining to turn, you need this allowance. So at the end of the day, you'll be seeing that. Let's measure our armhole and see how much we got at the end of the day. So you measure your armhole like this. At the end of the day, we got about 12.5 inches. So this 12.5 inches comprises of both the allowance and the main armhole measurement. So while sewing, you can now trim off. It's best you have extra. You can now trim off than it didn't even get to where it was supposed to get to. So that is very important. It's best you have an excess to trim off while sewing. So we have around 12.5, but I will be shortening it to 12 like this. And I will blend it through. So this basic sleeve is very, very easy. So if you don't even understand it, you can watch it over again to understand the class. So this is it for a basic sleeve. Some people call it shirt hand, some people call it basic sleeve. So whichever one you call it, this is it. I want to be shading off this part so that you don't get confused with so much lines. And we are going to be cutting. Okay, I'm going to be cutting. It's best to do it on your pattern paper so that you replicating it on your material, there will be no mistake. Any mistake should be corrected in the pattern paper than cutting it into your fabric. Can you see? So this is my basic sleeve. You see the way it's looking very beautiful. You will just attach it to your armhole on your dress. This is it, wide open. You can see it. You attach it and you have a basic sleeve. Those pattern we drafted on basic bodice, you can do this, attach it on it. Let me get it. So now this is my basic bodice. This is the basic bodice we did earlier. So you can see this is how you attach it to your dress. This is how you attach it to your dress. Can you see? You sew it like this to your dress. Can you see that my pattern, my sleeve pattern is corresponding, the armhole length is corresponding with my basic borders? Can you see that? To tell you how correct our measurement is, you can see it. See, from this starting line, from this shoulder starting line, I'm sewing it down like this. I'm sewing it down like this. Can you see it? It's just exactly at that point, both the allowance and everything. So when I sew it, I'll be having my sleeve like this. When you cut this and cut this, replicate it on your fabric, voila, you're good to go. You're having at least your basic top. You add a flare here. I have an intermediate class on all those things, on flare, kissing pleats, all those stuff, bustier, princess, that I have an intermediate class on those classes. But I think let's finish up here first of all, so that you understand the classes over there. So this is it. This is it. So I'm looking up to you to do your own, and I know you're going to do it perfectly fine. Thank you very much.